very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gugulethu Mfuphi, and I'm excited to be your host and MC for this morning.
Today is really a dance of the mind. It's about thoughts and words, interactions. It's the delicate dance between people and ideas. We love the idea that creativity can be measured in joy, in laughter that I know we're going to hear today, and in engagement.
At the core of Ubuntu is the sustainable survival of humanity in the environment that accommodates us. People can only stay vested in a community when their own humanity is embraced.
When you're trying to do what's right, it doesn't just become about economic benefit. You have to look at what the real societal needs are. How can we play a role in delivering that? And so a number of initiatives, of course, in each country to be able to deliver, making the internet access available to all.
When purpose fuels every particle of your molecular structure with passion, whatever you do becomes a mission. Whenever we are on a mission, accomplishing the mission becomes our core focus. And whenever we succeed, we change the fabric of this multiverse forever.
If you look at impact, maybe we should first start with the question that you asked. Should we be freeing ourselves of international aid? We should, and we can. And 2020 pandemic proved that we can.
One of the limitations to building the capacity of civil society on the ground is actually the lack of an enabling environment for these organizations to actually operate freely, flexibly, but also to respond to issues on the ground. In most of the countries, and in particular here, we might have a progressive non-profit organizations act, but when it comes to practice, I think that there's still a lot that still needs to be done in order for government to facilitate a transformative and an effective way in which organizations need to implement programs on the ground.
We've also started redefining our relationship with the NPOs to create what we call a symbiotic relationship, because it is not just about us giving money. It is about what the funding does. The funding is given in order to address societal challenges. So Vodacom is a JSE-listed communications company. We are not created to attend to big welfare and humanitarian crisis. So we need efficient delivery partners. And these NPOs that vary in size, from big ones such as Gift of the Givers, the Nelson Mandela Foundation, to small ones such as the Orlando Children's Home, they are our delivery partners.
However, even with all that, we all have basic needs. And as such, I think we can agree that such a green tomorrow includes food for everyone, no poverty, and especially for our country, a significantly reduced unemployment rate. It's a world in which the overwhelming majority of our enthusiastic and talented young South Africans are gainfully employed, giving life to their entrepreneurial spirits and contributing to the sustainable growth of our country. We are of the view that it is imperative that we all avoid focusing so much on the challenges and hurdles associated with the achievement of South Africa's green economy aspirations and start getting excited about the numerous opportunities that it presents.
It is very clear that as Nedbank, we chose to implement the green economy strategy because we believe those four sectors, water, waste, energy, and agriculture, is the right sectors to promote sustainable growth, sustainable economic growth, that will lead and catalyze into jobs and enterprise development. We knew that these four sectors potentially could lead to catalytic opportunities for job creation. And I just want to pause on job creation quickly. We mustn't be so obsessed with job creation that we forget enterprise development. Any thriving economy in the entire world has small businesses and medium businesses that actually provide the job opportunities, not the big corporates and public sector, that provides the job opportunities for economic emancipation, if you want to term a phrase.
Key areas of work in our economic inclusion program is in installation, repair and maintenance, which works with TVET colleges to provide demand-led skills for young people, understanding obviously the huge challenge of youth unemployment and ensuring that the skills they have is applicable within the industry. And this has an underpinning within the green economy and looking at how you can instill those kind of skills. And we need to be thinking forward around what are those skills of the future and how do we start preparing for those? And that's a large focus of our work.
In terms of the Constitution, it's quite interesting that those who designed or produced this Constitution, I was part of, were determined to make sure that no one's rights would ever be violated again. Real business is to create products and offer services that will make the lives of people better. It's not just profit, just for the sake of it. And I think once you go profit for the sake of it, then you produce poverty, and poverty destroys democracy. This is the right moment. Conditions are ripe for what you call cross-sectional partnerships to realize a more inclusive and equitable society than ever before.
We also know that as a country, not just as companies, we incur financial losses because of low productivity, high absenteeism, and violence in the workplace. But here's the thing, is that creating a trauma-informed environment can disrupt those patterns, can change it. And yes, it does require investment. It requires investment in the well-being of staff, but in a way that goes beyond interventions, programs, workshops, departments, or even in some cases, a poster on a board. It's about transformation of culture.
Last year, for the first time, we didn't just interview or survey companies and nonprofits, but we also surveyed in partnership with For Good employees themselves. And although we found that many of them hadn't volunteered in 2020, we found that 9 out of 10 of them will be volunteering again in the future.
Wow.
And we also found that the volunteering really resulted in these employees having a positive perception of their companies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a permanent state of poverty. Because so much of our work is done on the fact that we feel good about it. It's the fact that we've lost the art of conversation. All we have is a program we are giving people, a project we involve them with, a concept we want to get their membership to. But the true art of dialogue is lost. People want to connect with you and me. Not the program, not the project, not the name of the NGO. They want someone to come into Princess's hair salon and sit there and say, okay, so how does this work, Princess? Tell me the story. Don't pitch up and say, oh, but we are expanding and we'd like to be in your community as well. Connect to the issues that are there already. South Africa is littered with billions of philanthropic rands that never reach the finish line. And I hope we stop today.
We have got a situation where if we do not collectively come together and say, how can we plan? How can we accelerate change? What is it that matters in the development space? No one will listen. But these platforms allow us to get to a point wherein we are all saying, how can we do this better?
I'd like to say that at Innovation for the Blind, we've moved from offering services to persons with visual impairments to working with them to ensure that they have a better future.
This is an assembly organization. We are based in the city of Johannesburg, Clipton to be specific, at the medical center. We are an HIV GBV prevention organization focusing on the adolescent girls and young women. For the past 5 years, 2015, 2019, we've been focusing on the OGYW, but we've since shift focus 2020 to date to include your ABYM, adolescent boys and young men.
Limpopo Mental Health Society was established in 2003. Our main focus is people with intellectual disability and psychosocial disability.
The 2022 Business in Society Conference Donors Den participants, and coming in third place, winning, or rather receiving, a donation of 10,000 Rand. Limpopo Mental Health Society with Mukatso Priscilla Mulaudzi. Congratulations, congratulations. Coming in as the runner-up, walking away with 15,000 Rand. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. A little longer. This is in the Sempilo organization by Bongani Makanya, which means that the winner of the 25,000 Rand contribution is Innovation for the Blind with Stephanie. Stephanie, please make your way up to stage for a quick photo opportunity with the judges. So if I'll ask everybody to please stand up as we're about to conclude and close the Business in Society Conference for 2022. First hybrid event of its kind, which has come with great opportunities to connect with peers across the world.